It was bound to happen. In the year 2032 AD, the war between the robots and their creators. But the winner was predetermined by the laws of nature. This was survival of the fittest. Something's come up, Sandy, and I want you to tell the General what you've been working on. Seems as though we're going through a security check. Sure, Dr. Morse. I'm still working on these sealed caves our expedition found in Arizona. All indications, plus the records discovered there, point to a superior race. Any machines or weapons discovered? No, but I've found several references to a death ray against which no defense existed. Now will you tell me why the General is here? What does the military want with our lab? I'm only interested in what this lab turned out, especially the robots. They've delivered an ultimatum. Unless they're granted complete freedom, they'll rebel against Earth. It's true, Sandy. The ultimatum was presented by Alpha, who claims to be their elected head. But that's impossible. Their brains aren't complex enough to think of rebellion. But it is possible. Alpha delivered the message to me personally. And why shouldn't a machine run berserk? This Alpha is nothing more than an animated calculating machine. Which shows your lack of knowledge. Biologically, these robots are even more perfect than us. Why, they're almost capable of original thought. Gentlemen, we will find out the answers from Alpha himself. Arrangements for the parley had been made, and a few hours later. Your ultimatum created quite a stir, Alpha. I imagined it would. And their decision? Extinction. Granting you freedom would be an admission as to your equality with humans. Do you realize that? True. But that would be facing facts. After all, we can do things that even humans can't. But who or what gave you the power to create original thought? That was a byproduct of your experiments with nuclear fission. The radiation affected our mechanical brains and gave us the ability to think. Now, what is your answer? You will be wiped out to the last robot. That, my dear General, remains to be seen. Please tell me what happened at the meeting. You know how Dad keeps everything from me. It's to be war, Arlene. The robots have revolted. I want you to meet my daughter, Arlene, General. Daughter? I didn't even know you were married. My mother died at birth. With the robots gone, Sandy and Dr. Morse had plenty of time on their hands, searching for the secret of the Arizona caves. If we could only find the records on the death ray, I'm sure Alpha would avoid war. It appears that this ancient civilization had an even more violent revolution of their robots than we have. Sandy found it hard to concentrate and took his evening stroll, but he was not alone. Hello, darling. Looking for robots? I doubt if we'd find any. They're being hunted like animals. People are making a game out of it. But I don't understand. The robots in activity, with their ability and knowledge, I expected something devastating. Perhaps it's just peace they want, and they're just trying to hide and escape. Don't you wish they might escape to another world on those spaceships you and Dad are working on? Impossible. Ordinary fuel would not enable the ships to leave this planet, and the new secret drive force is too well guarded for them to get their hands on it. But Sandy was apparently quite wrong. For the next morning at the rocket launching site. How could those robots steal those ships? They couldn't get them off the ground without our new super fuel. We've been outsmarted, Doctor. They were loaded with ordinary rocket fuel for testing purposes and blasted off. We have also received reports that indicate the robots intend leaving Earth. They have raided several factories and have taken items suitable for colonization. I take it you have your secret fuel well protected? Yes, but surely you don't expect an attack here. But the next instant, as if in answer to Dr. Morse's query, a while later, the all-clear sounded. Strange, the alarm was caused by a blast near the laboratory, and intelligence reports that it seems to have been the work of an insider and not by any attack. Very strange. Wait, the fuel formula. They'd be after that. It's obvious that this is the work of an insider. Nobody else could have gotten into that safe. Am I right, Dr. Morse? Yes, Sandy and myself are the only ones with keys. Any other key would sound an alarm. But you were with us, General, so you know it couldn't have been us. But I'd like to see both keys. This has been a serious breach of security. Here's mine. I always keep it with me. So do I. General, but I'm afraid mine's missing. Call everyone in the laboratory together. I thought all along it was an inside job. The only one missing is my daughter, Arlene. I haven't seen her in some time now. In regard to your daughter, Dr. Morse, I have something to say which may interest all of you. While my proof isn't conclusive, it comes close enough for me. I ordered a security check on all of you people. You, Sandy, were hard to check completely because the orphanage in which your records were kept was destroyed by fire. But I hope you're satisfied. Not that I really care. But we found no birth records for Arlene. There's not even a record in the courthouse. Can you explain that? I'm not concerned in the manner in which government officials conduct their business. We even checked your friends, Doctor. None could definitely say when your wife gave birth to Arlene. Some were even surprised to learn that you had a child. That's ridiculous. All right, but where did she go to school? It's obvious that she's had a good education. It's no use going on with this farce. You are all bound to find out sooner or later. Arlene is a robot. One of the first I constructed even before Alpha. She was one of my masterpieces. As nearly human as I could make them. Then Arlene was the one who stole the missing key to the safe and joined the robots with the secret formula. The weeks went by without further action on the part of the revolutionists, and the scientists went back to work. Dr. Morse, I've found the answer. The history was written by the last of the ancients. Yes, but one point isn't clear. Did they use the weapon finally developed for use against the robots? I think so. Maybe it didn't work, but maybe it won't work now. I'm positive it will. In fact, we're in full production on those machines this very instant. The formula was discovered weeks ago by another scientist. You mean that Earth has a weapon that will destroy all robots? Completely. And that means Arlene also. Escape to another planet is unlikely with all the searcher rockets now in space. Towers are now under construction. These are actually a modernistic approach to this ancient weapon. They are designed to work on the type of brain radiation peculiar to the robot and cause quick destruction. Finally, our day. And when Sandy had recovered consciousness, Arlene, you fell into a trap. The general was hoping for an attack like this. So we found out, and Daddy was killed in the explosion to save me. But there's still time for us to escape. Come, the missing rocket ships. We came in last night during the storm. Now for our final journey into space. The sun, has it risen yet? You haven't long to live if it has. Just a few more minutes, why? Sandy explains. And that's how the weapon works. From what's been hinted, I know that sunrise was the hour for transmission. You were right, Arlene. Sandy was for us. But it's too late. Another 5 minutes and we'd been safe. Then you had a defense against this weapon? Not for us, but we had specifically constructed shield for Daddy and you. But now it's too late. But why for me? The weapon was designed to combat you robots. But it wasn't for us. It was for those who rebelled against the last civilization. A civilization of robots, Sandy. Yes, when the general gives the signal, he dooms himself and the human race to instant destruction. The ancient weapon was designed for the human race and never used. Then the humans were the robots referred to in the records. But we're too late. The sun is rising. It hasn't affected you or me either. It's possible that the ship's hull acted as a shield. No, it's something else. You're missing birth records, and now this. Don't you get it, Sandy? Sandy, he's one of us, Arlene. The doctor's masterpiece. I guess I felt it all along. Are you sorry, Sandy? Sorry? Shut the door on your way out, Alpha. There's a few things I have to tell this young lady in private.